None. Thank you very much for that report. Okay. So moving on to item 10, and I think there we have a great big audience because of this item. So item 10, consideration to approve resolution 1163 to approve the KIPP K-8 school charter petition 2017 to 2022.
Okay. I'm going to ask our legal counsel who assisted us in putting this together, Elizabeth Morey from Fagan Fullcross in
Friedman.
right, to help us work through this.
So, as we see in the proposed resolution and the memo to the board regarding this, there is a staff recommendation to approve the KIPP K-8 school charter petition. Essentially, I can walk through the resolution, but the district received the petition originally on in November of 2015. A public hearing was held consistent with the Education Code in December on the 10th, and consistent with the agreements with KIPP. Consideration of the petition itself is here before you today. The analysis was done consistent with the Education Code provisions in Section 454. I just completely lost my train of thought here, but in 47600, staff conducted a thorough investigation that included district staff as well as legal counsel over the specific provisions of the petition, including all of the required affirmations as well as description of the educational program. Staff reviewed the fiscal information provided by KIPP as well as its first year budget and budget projections, and finding that the petition was in compliance with the law, and that there were no indications that the charter school presented either an unsound educational program or that they were demonstrably unlikely to successfully implement the program set forth in the petition. Finding that the petition contained the required number of signatures, the required affirmations, as well as a reasonably comprehensive description of all of the 16 elements required in the Education Code. The recommendation was to approve the petition. And I just wanted to also provide the board with information that upon review, there were some additional questions that came up concerning some financial information, concerning some of the admission requirements and the educational program. KIPP, those questions went out to KIPP, and we actually requested a pretty quick turnaround for responses. KIPP did comply with our request for a prompt response and gave comprehensive and sufficient answers to the questions that we had raised. Those questions, as well as KIPP's responses, are being incorporated into the petition by reference through the resolution. And based on that thorough and comprehensive review by staff, including fiscal services as well as ed services, that petition with the condition of some issues related to execution of a appropriate memorandum of understanding regarding special education and the implications of the Ravenswood self-improvement plan is being presented for consideration by the board today.
Great. Thank you. Any questions? Okay. Good. In general, questions?
I have some questions of KIPP. Are we going to have them make a presentation?
Or
Actually, I think, Ms. Chu, would you be able to come up and answer board questions?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm happy to answer questions, and we also have a number of staff here with different expertise. So depending on the questions, if it's all right with the board, I'd like to call upon them to address the board's questions.
great. Thank you. Trustee Wilson?
Okay, so I read over the petition, and there was a lot of reading, and I read over the admission requirements, and so I just have a basic question about the admission process, okay? So I'm a parent. I submit my thing online, my application online, and the lottery is conducted, and my child is not selected, okay? Then my child goes on a wait list, okay? So now, the year passes, okay? And there's some openings at the school, okay? Are those openings filled by the people that are on that wait list? Or is there an internal process that provides priority to existing families?
The lottery is conducted on an annual basis.
Great.
And then individuals who are on the wait list are contacted in the order of the wait list that are determined on the day of the initial lottery. Does that answer your question?
Yes, that is, and I'm very glad to hear that because that is a major concern personally. And I've seen other petitions come before us. And one of the things is that they use the mechanism of the lottery to basically, they choose their first group of families and then they keep those families and they never provide an opportunity for other people to come in. So I'm glad to hear that it's a thing where every year they're working their way off that list. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, Trustee Wilson?
No, that was my
Okay,
only.
so I have a couple more, and this could be answered, I think, either by our council or KIPP staff. And one of the questions was around the credentialing of the site administrator. And the response was, by ed code, a charter is not required to, and that's for the site administrator. But I'm wondering for teachers and other staff, is it similar? Is there similar ed code for teachers that they're not required to have a credential?
No, teachers are required to have a credential,
Okay.
and the KIPP petition, I believe, does confirm that teachers are required to have a California teaching credential in the core classes.
Okay, great. Thank you. And then I have several others, sorry. And this is regarding the RCIP MOU. And again, I'm glad that there's been some great collaboration and some very tight timelines, and that there's been a lot of meetings happening to get to this point. So thank you for that. But regarding the RCIP MOU, which is a big piece for Ravenswood and for us, and the moving forward now with this petition, is there a timeline in terms of when this MOU might be developed, or when this MOU might come into back to us? Just proposed timeline, maybe, or idea of.
At this point, I don't have a specific timeline. That was putting the cart before the horse a little bit in terms of whether or not what the board action on the petition would be.
Okay.
And I'd also defer a bit to Amy Armsby, from the County Council, who is lead counsel for the district with regard to the litigation, and she's been spearheading some of those conversations with KIPP, along with your Director of Special Education, and will be, I believe, essentially working directly with the representatives of KIPP on that provision of the special education MOU. So I don't know if, Amy, you have any.
Dr. Hernandez.
Yes, we've already discussed that pending the outcome of today's decision from our board, that the follow-up will be that there will be meetings scheduled to begin that dialogue on the specifics and the details of the MOU, which are going to be quite specific and detailed, and we've already talked about some of those issues. So frankly, I anticipate that we would likely come back in March with, that would be my timeline, in about a month. It's sometime in March at a board meeting with the MOU in hand.
Great, thank you. And one last question, and this is more along the lines of Trustee Wilson's question around the just kind of processes that KIPP may have in place, and really connected to the your response around the McKinney-Vento Homeless Act, and that you use that as a guideline for ensuring that you're sensitive to your commitment to excellence contract or agreement that you have with your parents. And so I'm just wondering, in terms of process, what what processes do you have in place to, one, identify these families, to provide these resources, as well as to not enforce these requirements that may be unjustified for these families?
So as part of our process of getting to know families, of course, the first step in which they formally enter our process is when they express interest in enrollment and we receive information about them. As we go through that process, there's an effort to really get to know each student and each family quite well. And in every single case, we either do a home visit or a family or a student and their guardian conversation. Sometimes it may take place at the school. If there is a home, we often go directly to the home. And we talk together about how the work that we're going to do together is a partnership between the school and the educators that we have within the school, the parents or the guardians or the family members or those who are supporting the students, and the students themselves. And that when we talk about this commitment to excellence, it's a document that we look through together that sort of says we are going to work together to do our best to support the child. As part of that, that is often when we learn about the specific situations that each of our students are in. And then we work with that individual student and whatever their circumstance may be to ensure that they have the supports needed to be able to participate and have the educational kind of program accessible to them.
Great, thank you. Any other questions or comments? I know we have speakers. Oh, Trustee Lopez? No, okay.
Well, I
Trustee Lopez.
just wanted to say that I just find out a lot of things today, so I was away. But I know you prepare yourself pretty good. I have to give you a congratulations on that. I was very concerned about what is going to happen to our district because, as you know, we are a small district. We got 2 schools, petitions, and then the economy is going bad. So the rent is, our parents cannot afford anymore, so we're shrinking. It seems like we're bleeding and then we've been asked to donate blood. That's the way I feel. But as far as educating our kids, if you can do a better job than we do, I mean, I'm all forward. However, we have to, I hope we can keep an eye on not only in your, if we approve your petition, but also on the other ones, because our kids deserve better than anything. Okay, so that's how I feel. I feel frustrated because we are a small district, and you know we are the black sheep of the Silicon Valley Foundation. So I mean Silicon Valley. So I hope we can all work together and get our kids to be somebody in life. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Lopez. And so, and thank you again for your report and your information. So we have several speakers, and just to remind our speakers that we have 2 minutes with a 30-second warning, and then like we did last time, if there is a need for applause, we'll ask you to do the American Sign Language applause so that we can move forward. Recordarles que tenemos 2 minutos por cada persona que va a hablar. Le vamos a dar una advertencia de 30 segundos, y si siente la necesidad de aplaudir, les pedimos que aplaudan de la manera de señas manual.
Good evening again. You already know my name, Maria Elena Gavana Mendoza. I'm a leader with Innovate Public Schools and also a resident of East Palo Alto. I am a parent of 4 of my own kids and 3 others who I take care of. I'm supporting to bring KIPP to East Palo Alto because I have worked in this district and I have seen what you can and cannot do to take care of our kids. I believe KIPP is one last opportunity for families to have a better education. Many parents have tried to get their students into the Teamster transfer or private schools, but they are not so lucky sometimes. I was lucky. I I put them out in the Tinsley transfer, and I believe our president too was able to go out of East Palo Alto, and our Lara Martinez too. So I'm a special education teacher, and previously working here, I saw that special educations are fully included in the regular classroom in Ravenswood, but many do not understand what is going on in the classroom. The kids were not getting what they needed, and many of the teachers, the regular teachers who had the kids for most of the times, were not prepared to deal with them. I saw that some students would just be watching videos, and I already brought up to you violent videos, and they were not learning. And when I asked the aides to help them, they would give a big fight, and the kids didn't get educated. I saw that by being in there, I saw that getting included, that's not necessarily getting properly or partially educated. I saw that some of the aides working with the students were not doing their job, and I complained and nothing was done. The administrators always brush it aside. When I raised the issues, the principals and administrators, they just brushed aside my concerns and told me they were too busy to deal with it. There was no leadership.
Thank you, Ms. Gaona.
Good evening, Superintendent Hernandez and Board of Trustees. My name is Kaylun Zhang. I live at 325 China Basin Street in San Francisco. I have had the privilege of working with families and leading KIPP's petition in this community to build an effective school to serve students in East Palo Alto and Bellhaven. And tonight is deeply meaningful for the parents, for our KIPP team, and for me personally. Thank you, trustees, for your careful consideration of our petition and for this opportunity for the community to come together in conversation about enabling a high-quality college preparatory public education for all students. Dr. Hernandez, we thank you and your staff for recommending the approval of this charter petition. Tonight, we hope that you will hear messages of hope, love, and struggle from students, families, and educators who are deeply committed to enabling all students to reach their full potential. And we also want to honor the community leaders from within this community who are here to stand in support of families and their desire for this option. Our deep hope is partnership. Our deep hope is that a KIPP school in this community can be part of the overall solution to benefit all students here. And we share with you the same hope and commitment to educate, nurture, and empower our students. And we would be honored to partner with you in this. It takes a village and all of our collective energy to give all children the education that they deserve. We commit to welcoming all East Palo Alto and Bellhaven students, regardless of disability and need, and to supporting all students and families with the highest quality service. We look forward, Superintendent Hernandez, to working with your team to better understand the operating conditions here in Ravenswood and how we can build a partnership.
Buenas noches, me llamo Kate Belden y ahora soy la directora de KIPP King Collegiate High School in San Lorenzo. I hope to have the honor of being the school leader at the new TK through 8 KIPP school here in East Palo Alto. And I'm here tonight to thank you for considering our petition and to ask the school board to support this petition for KIPP to provide another option for families in this community. I was a founding teacher at my current school, KIPP King, 9 years ago, and I've been the principal there for the past 4 years. I chose KIPP because of our mission to ensure that all students are prepared to be successful to and through college so that they may have a life full of opportunities. Our first alumni from KIPP King have begun to graduate from college, and I'm proud to see them embracing opportunities to change the world by becoming teachers in our community, medical researchers, and criminal justice reformers, to name a few. I know firsthand that success starts with a strong educational foundation, which every child deserves. This is why I'm so passionate about KIPP's expansion to elementary schools. I've also been inspired by the hard work and activism of the parents of East Palo Alto who've been advocating for choices in this community, specifically the choice and opportunity for their children to attend a KIPP school. Our vision is to build relationships with parents and the district to create a KIPP school that reflects East Palo Alto and celebrates its rich and beautiful multiculturalism. My staff and I will work to truly get to know each student and family, to listen to their needs and their dreams for their children, and to actively include them in the daily life of the school. With this community, I want to build a school where world-class teaching and learning happens daily, ensuring that all of our students are college ready. This means welcoming, loving, and supporting all students, regardless of disability or need, and helping them thrive socially and emotionally, in addition to academically. Alongside this community, we can build a school that fosters lifelong learning and empowers students to be agents of change in the world through leadership, critical thinking, and virtue. I look forward to working with all members of this community to create an amazing school that helps our students achieve the opportunities of their dreams. Thank you.
I'm Lisa Sobrato Sonsini, a proud board member of KIPP area and a longtime resident of the peninsula. My family has provided significant support to this community over the years in both education and health. We remain committed to an ongoing partnership to ensure all children in this community are healthy and have an opportunity to experience a high-quality education. When I left my home this evening, I said goodbye to my 11-year-old daughter who attends Oak Knoll Elementary in Menlo Park. As she was baking a cake with her best friend since kindergarten, Charlotte, who has had the opportunity to attend her school because of the Tinsley program. Well, Charlotte got very lucky to have the opportunity to share the same educational experience as my own daughter. I heard many stories from Charlotte and her family about her friends that did not get so lucky. I want to thank Dr. Hernandez and the staff for supporting KIPP's petition to establish a K-8 school charter here in East Palo Alto. With a new KIPP K-8 school, all of Charlotte's friends and their families will be able to choose a school right here in their own community without having to drive across town and all the challenges that come with that distance. The Board of KIPP is very active in our schools and committed to ensuring that each and every school that we open is successful. But what really makes our schools successful is not the leadership of KIPP. Don't get me wrong, we have an amazing team, but it is the parents and their families that are making these schools happen. It's the parents and the families that are committing their time, their energy, their lives to have a school so that they can choose what is right for their kids. And it's because of them and their leadership and their belief and our belief in them that by creating this school from the ground up in partnership with us and our partnership with the district, that they will continue to have the hope and the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, board members, superintendent, and all attendees. My name is Leah Sina, and I have 3 kids with one at KIPP in Redwood City. I've been a resident here in East Palo Alto for most of my life. And first, I would like to express my feeling of gratitude for the work that you do, because I think that we can all agree that we are here tonight united in the mission to have high-quality education for our community. I'd like to share with you that as a parent leader for Innovate Public School, we had the honor of meeting with the U.S. Secretary of Education, Dr. John King. He sought out the group because he was impressed by the work that parents are doing in striving for equal opportunities. He was even more impressed by the fact that we were joined by city officials, public officials, but also school district members in this effort. As parents of this community, we want to express our strong desire to work with you in bringing an excellent school like KIPP available as an option for our kids. We assure you that we will maintain our effort to ensure every child leaves East Palo Alto with the capacity to attend college and be confident and well-equipped to readily compete not only in our Silicon Valley community, but globally as well. So let's move forward as allies in supporting an exceptional education through KIPP. Thank you for your time.
Good evening, board members. My name is Daniel Ramirez, and I am a senior at KIPP King Collegiate High School, where Ms. Belden is the current school leader. I have known Ms. Belden for 6 years now, and each year she has never come to disappoint me. Ms. Belden has come to be one of our greatest role models, impacting students, teachers, and parents each and every day. Ms. Belden is one of the few people I feel comfortable in telling absolutely anything to. During my junior year in high school, I was in the process of running my campaign for all-student body vice president. Throughout the campaign, I constantly encountered obstacles day in and day out. I constantly thought I wasn't good enough, and it made my grades drop and lose friends. I decided that enough was enough and went to Ms. Belden. After talking to her, I was able to get things off of my chest and felt understood. She then spoke about my impact and the things I've done for this school, and that made me realize I was good enough and that she believed in me. I have come to realize that KIPP is like my second family. I spend so much time within, and I can simply be myself at KIPP. At school, I am a leader of the Latinos Unidos Club. We host events and sell foods from our culture, and the school is always willing to learn about everyone. We have also hosted fundraisers for students to cover the cost for DACA applications. Being a part of this club makes me proud that at my school we are so diverse, and that at KIPP, race doesn't matter, because each and every one of us have the same goal of striving to do better in life and do better than our parents. I ask the board members of this community to open up this school. Hand in hand, we stand together. Let us open up this school so that everyone can prosper together in this community, and all of us can simply be equal. Thank you.
Good evening, Board of Trustees and Superintendent Hernandez. My name is Julie Mattoon, and I live in Berkeley, California. I'm the Director of Special Education for KIPP Bay Area Schools. I'm deeply excited to speak to you tonight as you come to a vote on our petition to operate a TK-8 school to serve students in the East Palo Alto and Belhaven community. First, I want to let the board know that KIPP is committed to welcoming and providing a high-quality education and services for all students, including students with special needs. Second, we take very seriously the context of this community around the importance of special education services and the Ravenswood Self-Improvement Plan requirements. We have been seeking to learn about RSIP since we first began engaging with the district and families in East Palo Alto and Belhaven over 2 years ago. We were able to meet with Superintendent Hernandez, Assistant Superintendent Morales-Ellis, Assistant Superintendent Schwartzberg, and District Council Armsby to learn more about RSIP, and I deeply appreciate the progress that the school district has made with fulfilling the considerable breadth of RSIP requirements and providing services to the Ravenswood students. I am also very excited to begin a conversation about how we might collaborate and coordinate to ensure that a KIPP school in East Palo Alto can partner with the district to serve all students with high-quality services, and that the school can build on the district goals of fulfilling all RSIP requirements in the near future in a manner that is cost-neutral to the district. I look forward to collaborating closely with Assistant Superintendent Carol Schwartzberg to forge a partnership to serve East Palo Alto and Belhaven students. Thank you for your careful consideration of our charter petition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, board members. My name is Anna De Leon. I'm the Special Education Program Specialist working with Julie Mattoon, overseeing special education. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight and share my experiences as a KIPP teacher serving students with special needs and their families. Before serving in my current role, I taught for 10 years, 5 of which were at KIPP Hartwood Academy in San Jose. I chose to be a KIPP teacher because of its commitment to developing the whole child. KIPP places an equal commitment to academics as they do character. I was also seeking to work with a team of others like me, willing to go above and beyond to ensure that all children succeed, regardless of the demographics, disability, or other obstacles our students face. My passion is for working with students who need special education support. At KIPP, our special education team is able to support our students through a couple of key factors. First, a strong collaborative relationship with the general education teachers and administrative staff allows us to develop and strengthen the skills and abilities of all of our teachers to better serve our students. Second, the support of the regional office in our KIPP special education community of practice provides a venue for sharing best practices, consultation between team members for challenges we face, and opportunities to explore various areas of interest. Finally, KIPP's mission is to get our KIPPsters to and through college. With that belief, it is important that our students are included in the general education classroom with their peers. Among other benefits, inclusion exposes them to more rigorous instruction, as well as access to more opportunities for both social and academic interaction with non-disabled peers. All of these are prerequisites for success in college. However, as a special educator, it's important to me that we don't just put a child in an inclusion classroom and hope the child fits the program. We need to make the program fit the child, and with KIPP's pillars of power to lead and power to teach, we're given flexibility to individualize student support based on their needs while participating in the least restrictive environment of our inclusion-based model. Each school's SPED program is tailored to meet the needs of its students. We currently serve a wide spectrum of disabilities. Thank you.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Melissa Benítez y soy una junior en KIPP King Collegiate y he sido parte de la familia de KIPP desde el 5º grado y no lo quisiera de otra manera. Aquí en King no es simplemente una escuela, pero casi otro hogar para mí, donde siempre puedo contar con juntarme con mi grupo consultivo que llamamos Pride o con la dulce sonrisa de Miss Bowden por las mañanas al entrar a la escuela. En el 2012, durante mi transición del 8º a 9º grado, desafortunadamente mi familia y yo pasamos por tiempos difíciles a causa de problemas inmigratorios con mi padre, cuando él cayó en prisión y casi fue deportado. Pero, afortunadamente, tuve a mis maestros y a Miss Bowden apoyándome a cada momento, a seguir adelante y seguir luchando. Ahora, soy la copresidente del Club de Soñadores de mi escuela, donde recaudamos fondos y tratamos de educar a nuestra comunidad sobre inmigración. Fue a través del apoyo de mis maestros que decidí asumir la posición y recientemente Miss Bowden personalmente expresó su contentamiento por mi club después que dimos presentaciones a nuestros compañeros. Ella siempre nos hace saber lo orgullosa que es de nosotros. Yo sé que Miss Bowden cuidará y apoyará a los estudiantes de aquí en Palo Alto, al igual como lo hace con nosotros en King. KIPP debería de ser bienvenida a esta comunidad por todo lo que tiene que ofrecer, como el sistema de apoyo positivo o las expectativas altas sobre las académicas que nos recuerdan cada día que al final la meta es ir a una universidad. Estando aquí ante de ustedes, quiero que los estudiantes de esta comunidad tengan la misma experiencia que yo he tenido con KIPP y con Miss Bowden. Por favor, aprueben la nueva escuela con la fe y la confianza que es con un gran sistema y una gran líder por adelante. Gracias.
My name is Sabria Hinton, and I am a junior at KIPP King Collegiate High School. I have been going to a KIPP school since I was in the 5th grade. In the beginning, I was a student that didn't like following the rules or meeting new people. However, I recently started understanding why KIPP has so many rules. The rules are there to help you in life. They have helped me develop new leadership skills. Without KIPP, I wouldn't have grown so much in public speaking or even developing those leadership skills that I didn't even know I had. I joined the leadership class, the debate team, mock chow, and even started my own girls group. I am also the president of the Black Student Union, where we do community service hours, done a book drive, sent school supplies to Haiti, and had our very first annual youth summit last year. Each of these different groups and clubs taught me more than you can ever imagine, and I couldn't have learned these things without KIPP. KIPP is my family that has supported me through any tough time. When my grandpa died, my classmates helped me get through it, and they motivated me to keep going, that the race we started together wasn't over yet. Ms. Belden taught me that life is too short for the what-ifs. Ms. Belden reminds me of this quote: "You only regret the chances you didn't take, relationships you were afraid to have, and the decisions you waited too long to make." When I graduate, I want to spend my first 2 years of college at CSU East Bay and then transfer over to Syracuse University, where I eventually want to go to law school. I feel confident that I'll be able to achieve this dream of mine because KIPP has supported me even when my grades were down and I didn't believe that I can do it. But Ms. Belden, Ms. Munger, and the staff members at KIPP King told me that to achieve my dreams, I must want it for myself and want to achieve greatness. I want you to let Ms. Belden open up this new school for East Palo Alto so kids like me, kids with dreams like mine, know that there's hope and that there is people out there who believe in them when things get tough. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Isis Diaz and I attended KIPP Middle School and KIPP High School in San Jose. I'm currently a senior at Notre Dame de Namur and I will be proudly graduating from college in just 12 weeks. As someone who has actually been in a KIPP school, lucky enough to be taught by amazing educators, my list of reasons of why a KIPP school is a great option is endless. One of the main reasons I was able to get to and through college successfully was because of the support that I've always had with my KIPP team and family. Whether it was visiting colleges across the country, going to study sessions on weekends to prepare for my AP exams, or just applying to college, I always had tremendous support, and so did my family when it came to ensuring that I had a successful future. That support did not end when I graduated high school. Thanks to the KIPP Through College program, I've had an advisor all 4 years in college that ensured that I was always on track and that I received all of the help that I need. Additionally, I've been fortunate enough to receive scholarships thanks to the partnerships that KIPP has with colleges around the nation. I had the wonderful opportunity to meet families in this community when I spent time working to understand what parents in this community want for their children's future. I spent time at local community meetings, I went door to door, and I even attended church on Sundays in this community. The wishes of the dedicated parents I met resonated with the wishes my parents had 12 years ago. They want great education options. KIPP can provide that for these families, and I know that firsthand. After working in EPA, I went on to work as a student recruiter at KIPP Excelencia in Redwood City. I get to share my story as a KIPP alum with families and watch their lives change as they make the decision to send their kids to a KIPP school. I would not be weeks away from graduating from college with plans to head to law school if it wasn't for the opportunities KIPP afforded me. My parents were given the option to send me to a KIPP school, and to this day, both my parents and I share the same words with families. Sending me was the best decision they could have made. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Ruben Abrica, 15 Newell Road, apartment 5 East Palo Alto. So a little more than 15 years ago, I served on the Ravenswood City School District Board of Trustees, and I was part of the board along with Dr. Knight, who was the superintendent, and we actually set up the first charter in this city. 15 years have gone by. There's been, I think, ups and downs. Some charters have worked, others have not. Some schools in the district have worked, others have not. What I see happening now is a juncture where it really offers good possibilities, both for the district and the petition by the parents. On the one hand, the state government is now giving a lot more, much more money to the district. And I feel if the district really focuses entirely on academic achievement. I read the petition by KIPP. Not all the extra materials, it's very well documented, but I read the body of it, and I'm very impressed by their commitment, and I think I feel that they have met all the legal obligations. And if the board embraces, I think, their intent, their expertise, and the work that the parents and the families have put into this. I've met with them, I've investigated KIPP myself. I feel confident, as I did in October, that I personally supported, but I do feel that it's a great opportunity for the board to keep working, like all of us have to rededicate ourselves to improving academic achievement. And by the way, I'll give you one quick advice. If you're gonna go to the voters to ask for money, with all due respect, you should leave the buildings and the facilities second, and you should ask the voters maybe for money for higher salaries for teachers, for more resources, for a big master plan to implement academic achievement. Thank you very much.
I wanted to first start thanking to the Board of Trustees and everybody that is here in the room. This is my first time talking in front of this many people, so if I get a little bit nervous, sorry. Hello, my name is Ravina, and I live here in East Palo Alto. My address is 2581 Annapolis Street. I have two children, ages 2.5 and 4.5. They currently attend Montessori Creative Learning Center. I work as a family advocate for Head Start as well. I started working there 1.5 years ago. I used to be a former parent from that agency. I'm here tonight to please ask you to approve this new school petition. Now that my oldest child is transferring to go to kindergarten, it has been challenging to find a school that fits the type of education I want for my child. I applied for the Tinsley program, but after doing a little research and giving some thought about it, I decided to drop the application. I want my children to be proud of this community, just the same way I am very proud. This community became my second home after I moved here from Mexico 7 years ago. If it wasn't for the support that I got with the resources through the community, I wouldn't have been able to graduate college. I'm the first one that graduates college in my house, and I'm very proud of that, and I'm hoping that my children can achieve that too. I want my children to get educated within this community because I think that if we work together, we can make it happen. I don't want them to go outside. I want them to be proud just the same way I am. As a family advocate as well, I've seen families struggle to place the children in school they like. It's not about pointing fingers which schools are good or bad, but it's us coming together in a community, coming together to make this happen and being able to provide more options for us, the parents, and for our children. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sí, buenas noches. Mi nombre es Carla Facundo y he vivido en esta comunidad por 23 años. Y el día de hoy estoy aquí para pedirles que tomen en cuenta esta petición. Hay una gran necesidad y una deficiencia de educación para nuestros niños. No quiero yo que ningún otro niño más siga haciendo estadísticas negativas porque es una realidad que no podemos cubrir. Y lo queremos cubrir con una buena educación para todos nuestros niños, para toda nuestra comunidad. Mis hijos han ido afuera por parte del programa Tinsley. Ahora mismo mi hijo de 6 años está asistiendo a KIPP Excelencia. Me siento muy contenta y quiero la misma oportunidad para todos los niños de esta comunidad. No quiero seguir manejando a Redwood City, quiero que mi comunidad, yo reciba y mi hijo reciba los servicios y la educación que le pertenece por derecho. Y lo mismo quiero para todos los niños de esta comunidad. Gracias.
Hello, board members. Hello, everyone in this room. My name is Moises Avendaño Facundo. I live in 320 East O'Keefe. I am 16 years old, and I'm a resident of East Palo Alto. I am a junior in Menlo Atherton High School. The reason I am here is because I was a part of the Tinsley program. My mom always used to wake me up at 6 a.m. to get up and get ready for school. If I ever missed the bus, my mom would have to drive all the way to Menlo Park. Last year, when my little brother started kindergarten, I had to wake up at 6 again so my mom can drop me off at Menlo Atherton, and then drive all the way to Redwood City to drop off my little brother at KIPP Excelencia. I am a student with ADD, and my life in academics isn't so easy. If it weren't for my mom advocating in school, I wouldn't have gotten the support I need. As a student, I believe that we should prepare ourselves for the future of our lives. And that is achieved with an outstanding quality of education for everyone that KIPP provides. One of my dreams is for KIPP to be approved in East Palo Alto, so the kids of my community can benefit from a great education and opportunity to succeed. Thank you.
Hola, buenas noches. Mi nombre es Erika Herrera, vivo en East Palo Alto. Tengo 2 niños, uno de 9 años y uno de 5 meses. Mi hijo asiste a una escuela de aquí del distrito. Yo fui a ver la escuela KIPP en Redwood City y vi que es una muy buena opción para mi hijo. Decidí inscribirlo ahí y me lo aceptaron, pero me gustaría, porque me gustó el apoyo que le dan a los niños y me gustó cómo le enseñan los maestros a los niños y me pareció muy buena opción para que mi hijo asista. Yo quiero que KIPP venga a East Palo Alto para que yo no tenga que ir hasta Redwood City, para que mi hijo tenga una buena educación. Ojalá que podamos obtener sus votos para que KIPP venga a East Palo Alto. Gracias.
Hello, my name is Maria Rodriguez. I live in 1660 Bay Road, East Palo Alto. I am a freshman at Woodside. I live in East Palo Alto. Coming from a Latino community, I grew up hearing Latinos can never make it. As a sister of 5, I want my sisters to have a better educational opportunity than I did. Because I am struggling a little in high school since I didn't get the full support I needed, I attended Cesar Chavez from preschool to 8th grade, and now in my first year at Woodside, it's tough. Cesar Chavez didn't prepare me for this. I have dreams to go to Yale, but I realize that I have a lot more to work on since I struggle with some of the work. I don't want my sisters to face the same struggle I am having right now. KIPP teachers and staff motivate students and help them create a vision for themselves. KIPP provides extra academic support to students as they have longer hours. I want nothing more than for my sisters to make it to a 4-year college and to graduate from college. Right now, I am doing everything I can to get my sister into a great school. I'm seeing schools that we can qualify for private schools, looking at schools in Redwood City. I will do whatever I have to for them. And for that to happen, I know bringing a KIPP school to East Palo Alto is a great idea. I want my sisters to have a school like this. Everyone deserves to succeed, and I want my sisters to surpass me and to succeed more than I ever did. Thank you.
Yo voy a hablar español. Hola a todos. Me llamo Carlota Calvillo y voy a hablar de parte del padre de la iglesia San Francisco de Asís. Él no pudo asistir aquí ahora. Queridos miembros de la mesa directiva del distrito Ravenswood, la iglesia de San Francisco de Asís y sus feligreses apoyan el trabajo que los padres han hecho para mejorar las escuelas de la comunidad. El padre tiene 13 años aquí en la comunidad y dice, he visto muchas cosas cambiar. Como iglesia nos hemos involucrado también en el problema de la vivienda. Lo que necesitamos nuestra comunidad son más viviendas para familias de bajos ingresos y buenas escuelas para nuestros niños. Ojalá que esto ayude a que todos apoyen la escuela. Gracias.
Hello, my name is Laura Arcel Madriz, and I live in 1121 Jervis Avenue. As a former Ravenswood School District student, I think what KIPP is offering is beautiful and needed in East Palo Alto. But we have to understand that not everyone is going to get accepted and receive the benefits. I want the opportunity to grow as a community, but in a way that leaves no child behind. Every single one of our child deserves the opportunity. And because of this, I believe parents should unite and fight for all. I understand the district has failed to address problems, but that it has hurt. I have heard stories that show struggle and resilience, but a movement this big has been taken from what I am aware of to create change from inside. I understand the struggle and frustration, for I passed through Ravenswood District and ended up in Mellow Atherton, where I felt inferior to classmates from other districts in my honor classes. This is something I want no child to ever pass to. Estoy muy agradecida por la ayuda que quiere traer KIPP a nuestra comunidad. Pero yo quiero que ofrezcan esta oportunidad para todos, y por eso necesitamos pelear por dentro y no parar hasta que cambien lo estamos haciendo para los niños, y debemos ayudar a todos. No debemos dejar que nuestras escuelas que ya existen fallen. Debemos pelear por dentro. I want our children to look back to our school and see them grow and grow with them. Porque no todos van a poder entrar, y por eso debemos de ayudar a toda la comunidad, no solo un grupo de estudiantes. Creo que como yo fui a Ronald McNair. Ronald McNair es una escuela, era la peor en el distrito, y yo he luchado, y sí necesita mucho tiempo, cambio el distrito, pero no todos van a ser aceptados a estas escuelas. No todos van a poder recibir estos beneficios, pero si cambiamos al distrito total, todos los van a recibir.
Good evening. My name is Ligia Rivera, and I'm here to read this in behalf of Patrice Berry, site director of College Track, who couldn't make it tonight because he's in the hospital, and my son will read it for me.
So College Track aims to empower youth to graduate from college. Our 10-year program, which begins in the 8th grade, helps remove barriers that prevent students from earning a college degree. Although our program begins the summer before students' 9th grade, when I meet the 8th grade students and families as candidates to our program, and I hear about their education challenges, their college aspirations, and their resilience, I can't help but experience a desire to do more, start earlier. It is clear to me that middle school education could be an important resource for families in East Palo Alto. I'm so inspired by the work Dr. Hernandez is doing to prioritize this. I'm also encouraged by the President's proposal to establish a KIPP school in East Palo Alto. I've seen firsthand what is possible when I visited KIPP Excellence in Redwood City and KIPP Bridge in Oakland. The students were excited and engaged. They both enjoyed structure and creative autonomy in the classrooms, and their individual and collective cultural identities thrived. That's what I want for my EPA students and our families. Seeing what is possible, I look forward to strengthening our partnership with the district in the years to come, and I hope to be a partner to organizations like KIPP as the district continues its work to promote the educational outcomes of our youth. I believe we can solve the challenges ahead, and thank you.
Good evening, President Chavez, Superintendent, and the rest of the Board of Trustees. I'm Donna Rutherford. I live at 140 Myrtle Court, East Palo Alto. I'm speaking tonight as a citizen and a proud parent of 3 children who actually graduated from the Ravenswood City School District. I've always been involved and active with my children's education, and I was on the school board for 12 years, and I know both sides of the story. I know the ups and downs and the challenges that have taken place. I want to say that I was on the board when the first charter school came to East Palo Alto, and I was fervently against it because I felt that it was taking public funds from the Ravenswood School District to give to the charter school. Times have changed, and my mind has changed also. I believe in choice, and East Palo Alto parents are being given a chance to, and the opportunity to have choice. So I just want to say that whatever decision you make tonight, this won't be the end of it, because this is a democratic process, and we have a right to come and voice our concerns. And being on the city council, I get the same, I'm in the hot seat from time to time also, so I understand. This is, might seem like a difficult decision that you have to make, but I just want to encourage you because you're doing a good job, and I want you to continue to do that. I don't want you to feel like we're losing our students, because East Palo Alto has grown so much, and it will continue to grow. Thank you.
Hi, I live at 2301 Glen Way, down the street. My name is Susita Rivera. I am a teacher here at Ravenswood City School District. I actually grew up in Ravenswood, and I'm actually teaching in the very classroom as a fourth grader. I'm not for KIPP or against KIPP. I'm for the children that are here. I frankly don't trust many people with the children who are here. I am all for opportunities and options. I mean, I'm in support of the Tinsley program, for instance. I just want to make sure that the KIPP can weather the storm. I've been here 15 years with the district, and I've been through charter schools that have come and gone, superintendents that have come and gone, principals that have come and gone. I'm committed to my community. So I'm just saying, KIPP, I'm watching you, because I love our kids. I could truly say they're our kids because I'm one of them. And again, I'm not for or against, I'm for the kids. I'm tired of district being a political platform for many people. I'm tired of the district and our children being used as guinea pigs. For instance, from Stanford University, many things that have happened in our district, as I was a student myself, and I'm a teacher, and I'm committed. This is my forever school district. And again, I'm watching you. So make sure that you take care of our kids, and because it's me out there. So I just want to let you guys know that I'm very invested in what's happening, and please love our kids, and please, please don't use them. I'm tired of being seen. The kids are being used over and over. You haven't come into my classroom. My classroom's always an open door. Love the kids. And I would love to see this much turnout at every board meeting. I would love to see this much at our back to school night. The partnership that you see here is the partnership we need at every single school in our district. And watch this, if we're failing, parents, we're together. That means that we're failing, parents and us, so we need you. Thank you.
Do you have any other follow-up questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, this is a resolution. Yes, resolution 1638. Trustee Felipe, the title.
Resolution of the Governing Board of the Ravenswood City School District, resolution number 1163, resolution to approve the charter petition for KIPP TK through 8 school. Thank you.
So I'll entertain a motion.
So through the chair, I was actually going to ask you a procedural question first. So I want to make a statement. But do you want me to make that statement after I do the?
This is what I was thinking. I have a statement as well. I was
Okay.
going to make my statement before my vote.
Okay, but do you want me to read the resolution first, or should we just?
No, I read the header of the resolution.
So you want me to make the motion? I'm sorry. Do you want the motion to be made first? Okay. So I'll make the motion that we approve of the charter petition for the KIPP schools for a 5-year term. Second.
Okay, It's been moved in second. Do you want to do roll call with the vote and then comments? Okay. And with comments?
Yeah.
Okay. So roll call.
Trustee Knight?
Yes.
Trustee Lopez?
Yes.
Trustee Pulido?
I would like to say a statement before my vote. I find our situation very difficult in having this KIPP charter come before us. I agree with the young lady who said that we should be looking for the benefit of all our students, not a segment of students. There's a lot of work that the district is doing along with the new superintendent to make that happen. And I grew up in this community, so I understand the need and desire for higher quality education, which is why I got involved. So I understand that portion of it, and I agree. I also know that parents want choices, and I also know that while we're moving towards our greater goal of the highest quality education, parents want something right now, this second. And therefore they can grow impatient and want options, as I said now. My mindset is to continue looking for the best interests of all our students. That being said, it's difficult because we know that charter schools are receiving a lot of support, whether on a school board level or on a county level or on a state level. And I think that building a partnership with KIPP and making sure there's accountability is important. So there's definitely two ends of the spectrum here, and it leaves us in a very complex situation. I can appreciate KIPP and its great work and all that you are. I think you have a great model, but at this point in time, I'm gonna have to vote no, because I have to be able to support the vision of the district that we implemented recently about equity for all and fairness for all. Our teachers were here earlier talking about fairness for them as well, and we do consider you all as part of the equation. It is not to take away from KIPP, but it is to say that it's important that we look at the 3,500 students that are here, and that we look at all those families, and we look at all those parents, and we look at what is going to be in the best interest of the entire community. And yeah, so that's my vote.
Okay, thank you.
Trustee Wilson?
The legislation that was formed, that was adopted by the state to create the charter school was put in place to create charter schools. So there are very few mechanisms and conditions under which we can, as a board, reject that charter. They're very clear, and so we have to use that as a basis to make our decision. KIPP is in the business of running schools. They have 183 schools in 20 states and the District of Washington, okay? District of Columbia. This is what their business is. And so their petition, of course, is written very well, written precisely, meets all the legal requirements. So on that basis, we can't reject the charter. As a parent, I know that parents want the best for their children. And part of the reason why the charter schools was put in place was to provide just that, parental choice, okay? You can't argue with people wanting the best education for their children. I was asked as a school board member, one of my friends asked me, well, you know, like, how do you feel like as a school board member, what can you do to stop it? And my response was to improve our district schools, which we are moving forward to do. The only way that we're going to prevent the district from being eaten alive by every charter school that can put together, frankly, 80 parents can sign a petition. The only way that we can combat that is to keep moving forward, which we're doing under this new superintendent. The results are not going to be seen for another 6 or 7 years. And so I understand the need for parents to want to move forward and to make sure that their children are given a quality education. So again, based on the fact that the criteria is very clear here, and that we really don't have any basis to reject this charter, my vote is going to be in favor.
Thank you.
President Chavez.
Yes, and so my statement is really just to thank the staff and council for honoring this process that is very clear, and there's legislation that's very clear on the process that we must follow as a board, and thoroughly reviewing the petition and all of the options, all of the options that were available to us in the best interest of our community. I also want to thank my colleagues for spending Saturday morning, the full morning and endless hours in reviewing the petition and carefully analyzing where we stand, what our community needs are, and then what are our legal parameters. And finally, I think to KIPP is that there is still a lot of work to do in terms of ironing out details and things like that with the possible MOU. And I think that there's a level of building the relationship within the community. And I think there was some messaging that wasn't always the most positive, but we need to mend some of that relationship to continue to work together for our communities, and that for our families, that again, it's a partnership. And so I really want to echo Maestra Rivera, that it really is, it's a partnership, that we need our parents to come out, and we need to also be more intentional of reaching out to parents to come and support our programs. So there's still a lot of work to do and a lot of relationship building with KIPP, and that there is a level of accountability that will continue from here on out, and that there is a level of monitoring that is now our responsibility as a board to ensure that the programs and the services are of quality and are in the best interest of our students. So having said that, I think given our legal parameters as well and the process, my vote is yes.